And we're back with Dubster Dive. This time, revisiting a show we covered almost 2 years ago now. Can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
Record of Ragnarok.
2 years for only 10 episodes.
Hey, at least they said we're getting more later this year. Well, they said they're shooting for later this year, so it's probably going to get delayed again, isn't it?
Yeah, for fake reason number 87, the C reason.
Oh, alright, so Record of Ragnarok. Covered it a year and a half ago, and we already went over a lot of the voice actors from last time. So yes, we're taking the lazy way out. We're not going over that stuff again. If you want to know what happens and all that, there's going to be a link in the thing. So, yeah.
Or, just watch the anime.
That too. But you all know what it is. God thinks we all suck, so they want to exterminate humanity. And we are the insert joke we've already made. Yep. I know, Don.
Humanity does have it coming.
Exactly. See, we're already doing a rerun recap like a normal shonen anime would. But yeah, so last one we ended off, Hercules takes on Jack the Ripper. Side note, this might have been my favorite fight so far. But, yeah. So, we're not going to spoil who wins each fight, as like last time. We're going to tell you who's in each fight, though, and who voiced them, as well as the characters associated with them, and that's it. But yeah, so Record of Ragnarok 2 was announced last year and released on January 26th, so just about a week ago now, on Netflix exclusively. But hey, since the time of this, Viz announced they have the rights to Season 1's Blu-ray. Well, that's something, right?
Yeah. Oh, so that means they're gonna add in that shitty Viz thing?
At the end of each OP. Yeah.
Everyone who watches Naruto or Boruto
or Bleach,
any Viz,
or Yashahime. All of them have that. Yeah, at the end of every OP. But yeah.
And it's especially dumb when it's just a scene of people talking.
Well, first, animation. Did they approve on it at all, or is it much of the same?
I guess a little bit.
Yeah, this is one of those anime where I strongly stick by animation isn't everything. Tokyo Revenger is another great example of that, where you hear people dog on its animation, because how dare it not be UFO table quality?
Yeah.
It's like, guys, animation's only one part of it. The reason we harp on it with Orient so much is because that was only Orient. If it made up for it in every other regard, it would have been fine, but it wasn't just the animation.
And if you think animation is above everything, go watch Tales of Zesty, and you tell me how much animation matters above story.
I was going to say Pretty Boy Detective Club.
That too.
I think that's even worse than
Why not both?
History, actually. But yeah. As far as music goes, it's done by the same person, Yasuharu, over there, and his soundtracks are fucking great, even though I've heard more of him in the last week than we have in ages. So, my favorite song in the OST, though, is called Rush Forward. The song is awesome, because when you infuse heavy metal with an organ, it's always going to be awesome. Yeah. Fight me.
Yeah, but what about Back in Black?
Yeah, so Hercules' theme, no one, if you listen to it, no one could say was not inspired by Black and Black. There's no way. It is literally almost one-for-one the exact same riff. Like, come on, dude.
You can't unhear it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So yeah, the music was good too, which you need hype music for an anime all about basically a tournament fighting thing. If your OST sucks at that, it's going to bring down the whole experience.
Yeah. Sucks or unmemorable, the two worst kinds of music to have.
Yep. Well, the anime was dubbed, now we're at the dubbing portion, out of Studio Iuno, the studio that helped work on Spirit Chronicles and Pokemon Journeys. Which probably would explain why this dub is so different, because if you look at Spirit Chronicles dub, yeah, they had people from all over the fucking place.
And don't worry, he said he'll cover it.
Asshole. The ADR director this time, though, is Michael Schneider, who ADR directed Great Pretender and Spirit Chronicles.
Oh. Well, with that Great Pretender thing, it looks like they have a go-to person they like using.
For who? What do you mean?
Oh. Apparently he likes using Laura Post.
Oh. I think she might have been Spirit Chronicle also, actually. Possibly, I'm pretty sure, so...
Everyone has someone they like using. It's just no secret.
Yeah. The script this time was handled by 3 different people who each worked on different episodes. Kyle McCarley, again, because he's the go-to for Netflix's scripts. Anita Perkins, who I've never heard of before in my life.
You need a what?
Yeah, exactly. And Emily Fajardo, meaning she got to write a script for a Netflix anime production, so clearly she's moving up. Oh, I miss the Umineko dub. Too bad it's dead.
Yeah. But can you really move up that much from voicing Bochi?
Anyone who's seen that show knows why we're doing that. But yeah, so overall I think the dub was fine. It has, we'll get to the voice actors, but holy shit, the recycling was pretty bad, if you could tell. We even had a few voice actor changes that are questionable that we'll get to. Well, one voice actor change primarily, but you know what I mean. I'd say my only nitpick for the dub is, and this is something, again, I've mentioned this in Bleach and a couple of other instances, the crying from some of the characters, particularly Jack the Ripper's mother, sounds really off. It almost sounds like she's laughing.
Well, she is pretty crazy.
That's true. Even Ares, because he cries at a moment, sounds a little off too. But like I said, crying is something a lot of voice actors struggle nailing, because you got to do it the right way. It is something that even a lot of high-profile ones have difficulty nailing. That's why I praise Megan Hollingshead so much in Bleach, that one episode, because it actually sounded legit. But again, that's just a nitpick. It doesn't ruin the whole experience or anything. I still think the dub is fine. Speaking of the dub, what's up? You ready, dog?
Yeah, this is definitely a dub.
First, we have Hercules, voiced by George Newbern, who you probably know as Superman from most of the animated shit.
Or others, if you might know, as Sephiroth.
Yeah, from Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Fantasy Advent Children, basically everything up to except the remake games.
Up to the Dissidia that flopped.
God, Dissidia NT was fucking terrible. Now, how does he do his Hercules? Fucking great, honestly. He's, again, what really sold this fight for me was the performances. He was great. You're gonna bring up his speeches, aren't you?
You cannot say, if you know going into it, it just makes his speeches much worse.
Yeah, because Hercules, he fights on the god side, which is one thing I really like about this season, is they point out that humanity has to use whatever they can to survive, even the scum of the earth like Jack the Ripper. Because, yeah, Jack the Ripper's a piece of shit, but it's that whole thing, if you have to use him to survive, you're gonna use him. So Hercules fights for the gods, and he keeps giving speeches about heroism and justice, and how he ascended to godhood above humanity. And it's like, I feel like we've heard this before. I don't know.
Yeah. And then, I guess since we're on Hercules, you might as well list off Teen Hercules.
I will in a second, but the last thing I want to say, it doesn't help Yasuharu's OST. One of the themes from sounds like something you'd hear, like a Superman theme rendition almost. As he's giving a speech about heroism and doing what's right. It's so fucking stupid.
It is.
But yeah, young Hercules in his flashbacks is Yuri Lowenthal, which means, yes, he's Spider-Man and Superman at the same time. How did they manage that?
Well, it's easy to manage when there are, like, 3 notable anime voicing that voiced Spider.
Yeah. I think it's funny Yuri Lowenthal is known as the voice actor whose voice will never age. Because I think he's like, he's either pushing 50 or he's in his early 50s, yet still sounds like, you know, like a 15-year-old.
And he'll probably still sound like that when he's in his 70s.
Yeah.
And the people will think it's really weird.
But yeah.
Why is the 70-year-old voicing the kid?
Well, as far as people related to him, we have Hercules' friend in his flashback, Castor, voiced by Rebbe Bueller, who we covered here last time as Aphrodite. To be fair, I honestly couldn't even tell this was her until you mentioned it. I didn't even recognize her since she was doing a Shota voice. So, but yeah. And also, when I hear the name Castor, I keep thinking Fate Stay Night. Or is that just me?
You have too much fate on the brain.
I can't help it. But yeah, that's everyone with Hercules. But his opponent, on the other hand, Jack the Ripper, is voiced by Jeff Leach, who is Simon from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Yeah, I had to look up which one. God, that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And he's a very famous British actor that's known for doing interviews and running an interview show and shit, so... And I think he did great.
Someone British as the British serial killer?
No, I think that was perfect casting, dude. Like, that's one of the things that makes this worth it in dub, because he did great. You even get to hear him sing London Bridge is Falling Down like 5 times, because of course you do. But yeah, he's one of the VAs I like the most hearing. As far as young Jack, he's voiced by David Arrigo, who's young Esterosa from Seven Deadly Sins. Do you remember Esterosa, right, Di?
I do.
That's David Vincent. You know, the angel dude?
Yeah. I'm trying to block out Seven Deadly Sins, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I actually liked Esterosa. He's one of the few characters I really liked. Then he's Koki from Kuroko's Basketball, which, yes, we will be covering in the summer. Don't worry.
Oh, please, you only liked him because you're a mark for David Vincent.
That, too. David Vincent brought life to that. Whatever, we're not doing something. We're doing this. David Arrigo sounded okay. I mean, he tried doing a British accent, too, I guess. And as far as his Valkyrie that he fought with, again, we explained what the Valkyries that they fight with are. It's Thick Soul Eater. That's TLDR. We did it last time, explained it. Well, she's voiced by Kerry Walgren, who you don't know is Katana from Mortal Kombat 11, because for some reason they replaced a shit ton of people in that. And Saber and a lot of the Fate stuff. Maybe that's why I Fate on the mind. What?
She also voiced one of the hookers in the Backflashes.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she? Yeah,
one of the ones that's in the crowd, because you know how they do the crowd.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, the shit that happened in this fight was crazy with Jack the Ripper's abilities and everything he was able to do. And Hercules, even using Cerebrus and shit. Just go watch it. The fights were great. But that's not the only fight we got this season. See, next, we got Raiden versus Shiva. Raiden, the famous sumo wrestler. No, I did not know he was a famous sumo wrestler who this fucking was till the anime explained it. I'm sorry. I don't follow sumo. Do you?
Probably closer to what that KOF character is named after.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering, yeah, there are a couple of instances, if you pay close attention, they call him Raiden. Speaking of Mortal Kombat. I blame MK for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though Raiden being pronounced that way in MK makes sense that she's spelled with a Y.
Yeah. Well, first, let's get the replacement out of the way, Shiva. It was Ben Diskin, now it's some dude named Sean Rohani. I probably butchered that last name. He's known as... What's it?
Probably better than some other people would have got.
Well, he's Panchi from the Shaman King remake, and Einar from 1899. I remember that year. I wasn't alive. I don't think any of us were.
And judging how Ben Diskin was only add voices in like 2 episodes, this could be scheduling.
Yeah, it does make it silly if you're marathoning it, though, and you hear Ben Diskin in episodes 1 and 2 as ad voices, and then when Shiva talks in, like, ep 5, 6, or whatever, it's a different voice actor. But yeah, I think it was scheduling, because he was replaced in My Hero Academia as well. So something had to have been going on there.
Yeah, but that's also a Texas thing. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's one of the theories that could make sense, but... Speaking
Texas,
of
it was just on fire and covered in... Wait, what?
What? Yeah, they went through a fucking blizzard. They got fucked. But yeah, so as far as Sean's portrayal of Shiva, it's fine. I mean, some of his lines you were even putting out sounded like Billy Kometz for a minute.
Like when he's screaming, that's like, yeah. If you were only vaguely paying attention when he was screaming, you would be like, "Is that Billy?"
Yeah. As a side note, Billy Kometz still being in the latest episodes of Boruto that just came out in dub. He died almost a year ago. How the fuck? Look, I'm bringing it up because we're not going to ever do a Dubster dive on Boruto, most likely. So when am I ever going to get the chance to mention that again?
Or especially Naruto, because that would mean sitting through the boat filler, and no one wants that.
But yeah, so he's a fine replacement for Ben Diskin, but it would probably be jarring to if you were marathoning both seasons back to back in one sitting type of deal.
Yeah.
But overall, it's alright. Speaking of Boruto, now we have Raiden, his opponent, voiced by Michael Schwabe, who's Kaliki from Boruto. Which, I don't know, man, I had fun with the Kaliki arc. What?
Yeah.
He's also one-off people in Junji Ito Maniac, a series I don't think I would have as much fun with.
Man, Junji Ito just can't catch a break with his adaptations.
Uzumaki might be okay. We don't know yet.
With how it's in production, how you would hope they're fixing any of the problems. But anyways...
Back to Michael Schwabe, though. After hearing his voice as Raiden, who's really old, versus Kaliki, I could not tell it was the same person. And we went straight from this to watching some of Boruto this week, so... I didn't even know without looking it up. But yeah, he's good as Raiden. You know what, I'm going to swap between the two. But now we've got two younger Raidens. So first we have young Raiden, voiced by Jenny Yokobori, who's Yoimiya, a best girl from Genshin. Fight me, die.
No, I'm good.
And Wanda from One Piece. And I'm guessing it's the Funimation dub of One Piece. I don't know, something's making me guess that.
Really? What gave it away is the fact that they weren't voicing when the four kids dubbed it.
Exactly. But after her, we have young Raiden, age 17, voiced by Johnny Ambash, who we've covered here way too many times on this channel already.
You're the one that wanted to do Bleach.
And I don't regret a thing, because who doesn't love Bleach?
I can't wait to eventually get around the Code Geass, because then there'd be even more KJ.
You know what's funny is when he grunts, because Raiden's a sumo wrestler, and we see him training as JYB and fighting and stuff in the flashbacks, he makes all the Ichigo grunts and talks about fighting and not ever losing.
Yeah.
Channel that Ichigo.
Channel your whole the role that made your whole career after Chike. What?
Yeah. Both of them are fine as Raiden, but yeah, JYB's Raiden is the one that's here mostly from the flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, and yes, that's right. He has 3 different voices. One of the few characters that does.
Yep. Meanwhile, his Valkyrie, which this scene was hilarious, because Raiden is known as a massive perv who wants to hit on anything that moves. He even hits on her 2 main Valkyries after they wake him up or whatever. Then he turns around and sees Thrud or whatever, Thrud, whatever the fuck her name is, I can't pronounce that correctly. Who's this huge, like, fat chick or whatever? It's like, yes!
She's like 10 feet tall.
10 feet tall, so it's like...
And all muscle.
Yeah, so like, what's her face from Danganronpa? kind of.
Yeah, she's even taller than him by like by like a good 5 inches.
Yeah, and he's like, yes, you're the one I waifu. I love you. I love at first sight. And even they're surprised, like, wait, what? Really? It's like, you're 100% my type.
Which makes sense as the fight goes.
Yeah, it does. Because he basically wants a woman that's incredibly strong. Basically a woman that could put him in his place type of deal. He's one of those people. Anyway, she's voiced by Maren Miller, who you don't know is Lancer from Fate's Strange Fake, that Fate's thing that got deleted.
Again.
And Amanda from Little Witch Academia. Speaking of series we need to rewatch at some point. That show's really good. Yeah, she's fine. Again, she's voicing the typical Sakura-like character from Danganronpa. Oh, don't really have any complaints. As far as other characters, well, the last one we have was Sheva, of the side characters. We have Rudra, who's the god that hangs out in Sheva's corner. Voiced by Cameron Nicod? Okay. Alex Amadeus from Prince of Tennis, Sound Cadence dub, and Captain Edgar from I'm a Warrior at the Borderland, a series I don't think I've ever heard of, I'm gonna be honest, till now.
Now you have.
I mean, did you say he sounded like someone else on our cast list with some of his lines? You know, Sung Hong Cho over there. What? I mean, I could kind of hear it. As far as his young version, his young Rudra form is voiced by Anyako. A from Genshin Impact, or Tadari from To Your Eternity. So,
or Raiden from Genshin.
Now you're making it stupid.
That's right. We need to go full stupid.
Yeah. Again, both of them are fine. No complaints here. And Raiden's subordinate or friend is his teacher. And that's the one voiced by Sung Hong Cho, who's Kage from Ranking of Kings, and Master Lord Majesty from Radiant. Or Vasaraga from Grand Blue Fantasy. So, yeah. And the dubcast is all over the place in the best way possible. There's a bunch of people that you might not recognize. Then there's other people that, you know, like Superman.
Which is just weird.
I mean, hey, we got Ares' voice actor this time. Last time we said maybe it's voiced by, or he's voiced by a Bob. Like, I was wrong. I can't believe it. He voiced by Tim Friedlander, who's Longcaster from Ace Combat 7 and Hellfire Flame from One Punch Man. That is the edgiest fucking name. Unless you're gonna say otherwise. What?
Yeah, that does sound pretty edgy. That's supposed to be a superhero?
I think so, or one of the supervillains, but I'm pretty sure it's a hero. Then again, you got Bakugo over there in My Hero, so...
Murder, explosion, genocide, or something.
Yep. Ares, the god of war. And the last character we're going to go over in this set is Buddha. Voiced by Maz Ali, who did ADR voices for some Marvel stuff. And he's a big theater actor and model and shit, so... As far as anime voice work, this is like his only thing. He sounds fine. Not really much to say, because Buddha, he's clearly going to get a lot more next set. So, till then. Because that's the next set.
He doesn't really talk all that much in this set.
Yeah. So we can't really say anything on him yet. But we'll see how he handles himself in the next set, since they're setting up a Buddha fight soon. My Buddha.
God damn. Get the hell out of here.
Well, I mean, hey, other silly fun facts about this dub. Mike Himoto's in it, and Alex Lee is ad voices. Well, Alex Lee was in season 1. But do you know what that means? This is a dub that has both voices of Thorfinn from Vinland Saga in it. Too bad I don't think they ever interacted. But yeah, the ad voices are all over the place. As we mentioned, Reba Bjor's a handful of people besides voicing 2 major ones. Sung Hung Cho voices several people. Probably not the worst ad voices I think we've heard, to be honest, but it's...
better than most.
Yeah.
Especially better than Thousand Year Blood War was.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically everyone that's worth going over for now. Everyone else from Season 1 fits right back into their roles nicely. No one to really step down or anything. It sounds worse. They all sound fine. Raw is an okay dub. So... and it's Record of Ragnarok. The show's just fucking fun to watch. Turn your brain off and watch 2 people with godly powers just beat the living shit out of each other. If you want to see Shiva get his arm
and then, like most things where people beat the shit out of each other, they'll have a flashback in the middle of it.
Exactly. True shonen anime thing.
So whether they're going to call the next few episodes Core 2 or Season 3 is anyone's guess. We'll see.
At least we only have to wait till the fall instead of like another 2 years.
Yeah. Well, you'll know what comes to that depending on what we name the next episode.
Yeah. Well, as far as MVP for this time, I like Jeff Leach and George Newbern. Again, I think they did great as Hercules and Jack. I think they were perfect casting for them. Hey, if you're gonna have Hercules go on about speeches of justice and shit, who better to get than Superman himself, alright?
Yeah.
And Jeff Leach came across very unhinged and psychotic as Jack the Ripper, as he should. So...
you would hope. No, he just comes across very normal.
Yeah.
Normal people cut up prostitutes.
Man, I guess Persona 4 had it wrong the whole time. I thought you were supposed to throw a hooker into the TV, not cut her up.
Yeah. I guess Raiden had it wrong.
Yeah. 10 points for anyone who gets the joke you just did there. Alright, guys. Either way, fun set of Ragnarok. This set does definitely end on a really big dick cliffhanger, so if people want to wait till the next core for Ragnarok to even begin watching it, I totally get it. This is one of those shows. So, but we'll be back with more Ragnarok soon. So, hopefully y'all will join us. And by soon, I mean whenever the next fucking set comes out. What y'all thought? What was your favorite fight? Everything. Di, what was your favorite fight?
My favorite fight is you against your sanity when you have to cover Spirit Chronicle.
That's not for a while. That's a problem for future me. As for next time, who knows? We'll cover something soon. Maybe it'll be the next Street Fighter anime thing, because it's been a couple months. That'll be fun. What? I'm in the mood to watch more people beat the shit out of each other. Watching Ragnarok put me in that mood. But until then, hope you all have yourselves a great day. Thanks again for watching. Hope you all enjoyed and all that stuff. We'll be back with something, whatever it might be. And hi to all of you out there. I mean, bye, yes!